My guess, I don't know if it's gonna look like anything.
Oh, hey, this is Gabe Ets-Hokin,
Yeah.
and I ride motorcycles, so you don't have to. And I'm here with Brian Rice. Brian Rice is a Zero motorcycle owner, but more unusually, he is a Zero motorcycle tourer, and he's actually in charge of a very interesting website. What's the name of your website again, Brian?
Zeromanual.com.
Okay. And what are you doing here?
I am changing my belt because my belt snapped on the Embarcadero.
It snapped because there's how many miles on this bike?
30,800. Yeah. That's no joke.
A lot of my viewers, okay, or maybe I should say my viewer, might wonder, like, how do you put that many miles on an electric motorcycle? Don't they only go like 30 miles?
Yeah.
And then like you have to stop and charge.
Yeah. So for a while I was commuting 100 miles a day, and that's one way that you could just do it even on a stock bike. 50 miles each way, you just charge at work and then you go home and you charge at night. But eventually, and really that was kind of the main thing I wanted to do, was like, if you upgrade the chargers, you can charge the bike in an hour. And if you can charge the bike in an hour, you can go down the highway and you can ride maybe like 80 miles, and then you charge for 45 minutes. And you go back and you do the same thing again. You keep iterating on it. And if you go a little slow, you get better aerodynamics, and you can even make that ratio go up. And so basically what happens is, a little discipline, you can do about 400 to 450 miles in a day. And bike does it pretty happily, and it's really quiet, and it's smooth. Your fatigue's going to be lower. Now you do spend more time on that whole discipline aspect, but yeah, I've done trips. I can go to LA in a single day from San Francisco. I've gone to Seattle in 2 days and returned in 2 days. And there are a lot of other trips people have done. Some people have crossed the U.S. Some stretches are harder than others, but there's plenty you can do.
Have you ever had like an emergency where like you couldn't find a place to charge? Like what?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
So, I mean, often enough, if you can find a hotel and you make a good case, like, I'm just going to plug into your 110 overnight, they'll usually be pretty good about it.
Just roll into, you just get a ground floor room and just roll into the...
Yeah, RV
that?
parks are the best because you can plug in and charge in 220, and whatever your chargers will take, the bike, it'll be happy charging up. You can charge in an hour at an RV park.
So have you ever run the battery down and had nowhere to charge?
I've had a tow once. What happened was, usually the bike tells you how many miles you have left. In one case, the battery got cold because of some rain and it was dark. And when the battery gets cold, the chemistry works differently, and you can have a surprise where it like kicks out on you when you thought you had like another 15 miles left of range. So that happened to me, and I kind of knew it could happen, but the fact that it did happen then, I got a 3-mile tow to the next charging station. But typically, because you're always using some phone app to check on the quality of the charger you expect to use in the next town, you're usually okay. Sometimes you gotta trust some review of some random person on some random site. There's one called PlugShare where people review chargers, and that can help a lot. You could say just because it's online, it's helpful to know from some other person that, they closed the gate to this parking lot and you can't get in. And sometimes as an electric motorcyclist, you may be able to sneak around, but you still gotta factor that in.
This motorcycle, sorry to cut you off. I want to make sure that you have time to.
There's a plug in the tank.
Fixing your bike.
What are you looking at?
So you have
2 plugs.
This bike comes with one onboard charger.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I got rid of it, but yeah.
And then so you replaced the stock charger, onboard charger with two aftermarket units?
I didn't replace it until it failed, but once it failed, I was like, I'm just gonna use the aftermarket ones.
Okay.
And some of that is because I have enough knowledge to do that.
Are they Zero chargers, or who's?
No, a company named DigiNow, small outfit.
Okay.
Nice group, just like.
And then one's under here.
They've been assembling an aftermarket charging solution for a while. Each iteration gets gradually better.
Is this charger where the stock charger sits?
Yeah.
And you just had to modify this space a little bit for it? Or?
Yeah, and that pan is provisional. So that is not what people are going to get soon. That's what they've been getting for a little while.
Okay.
There will be a proper pan that.
When you buy the chargers from DigiNow, you get
That's actually the stock pan. That's the reason why it's offset a little bit.
I see.
They just kind of
Yeah.
They just kind of lower the stand.
It can still hold the weight of the bike, though, huh?
Yeah, it can.
Because you got it jacked up.
Yeah.
Do you carry this?
I wouldn't jump up and down on it, but yeah.
Do you carry this jack with you?
No. I just did this for this one.
You brought it in from home.
Yeah. My girlfriend drove me over here. Just dropped me off with the tools. I don't make her sit around for this.
And then the other chargers where?
No, it's all 3 of them, and they're on the bottom.
Oh, there's 3 chargers down in there.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's 25 pounds each?
No, they're 25 pounds total.
The 3 chargers are 25 pounds. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. And then
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that gives you, so the stock charger does what, 3 kilowatts?
No, 1.3. Takes like 10 hours to charge this bike
Wow.
with that stock charger.
Right.
No, with these, if you're using 220,
Yeah.
you can pull in 10 kilowatts. And, what
it's,
I do...
And it's a 13 kilowatt, and just so some people don't know what that means, it's a 13 kilowatt hour battery, which, and it actually only holds, and that's its nominal capacity, right? So it actually holds like 11 point something, or
11.4-ish. It's all like, I don't want to get into that. Yeah.
So we're talking about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
From zero.
From zero, yeah.
From zero. What if you're at like 20% and you want to get up to 95?
Oh, it's less than that. In fact, it's the charging's more robust in the middle.
Yeah.
It's at the top end and the bottom end where things are like, you want to charge a little slower, and we start talking about the algorithms.
So most of the time, you really only need like 45 minutes.
Yeah. In fact, there's sometimes because I've got...
Because you're not going like...
Yeah.
You're not planning your stops like 130 miles.
No, and that's the thing is if you do it a little conservatively, what happens is you get a bunch of charging stops that are each like maybe a half hour. So you like go walk around for a little bit, you come back and you're done. Like you almost just
honestly,
you don't even want to go fully.
When I go touring with guys on gas bikes, like someone always has to stop for gas, and then you stop for gas, then one guy has to go pee, and then another guy has to buy cigarettes, and then
I've been on those kind of rides,
and then someone calls them, and like you're waiting, like you're riding an hour and waiting
Group ride
a half hour
discipline is
anyway.
its own problem. Yeah. But when you're on your own, like I find that I could do like I need a standing brake. I need to stretch my legs anyway.
And these wheel covers, you told me, give you about 3% boost.
Yeah, a few miles, and they smooth over the air. Like the ride really feels a little bit better.
And also, you wanted to let people know that a lot of this stuff is you're developing it. This is
a little bit, yeah. I do want everything to look better as I get more practice with it. So there will be better wheel covers. This fairing is a big improvement over what I've been carrying before. It's a lovely fairing.
And wait,
Air's really smooth over it.
Your website, though. Your website is
Zero Manual.
Zeromanual.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a wiki, and people can add to it and put in feedback. And
and I want them to contribute.
How many people
a lot of
do you
people.
think? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on.
Well, I was just wondering how many people you have, active on your site.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm the lead, but there's a good 8 to 10 people who are directly like they put blurbs in the site, and sometimes they just spit out like, hey, I have these thoughts, or someone said this. And then there's other people who will post to the Facebook group and they'll share what they have, and I'll ask them, is it okay if I copy this to the site? And they say, yes, that's great. So they've already done the work of like doing the investigative part, and I just like kind of gather it and do the editorial bit. Which helps, because sometimes, it takes a certain mindset I'm the scribe. I'm not like an expert. I just kind of like collect all the information and kind of put it in a framework so that everybody can navigate it and figure out like there's like a personal story, the difference between a personal story and like a robust like thing we've learned. It takes time, and you got to know how to distinguish that. Like you got to know to say, look, somebody had a problem like this, and we think it's because of this. We don't know yet. And then you say, oh, you know what? It's been 2 years now. We know that collectively, if you do this, the bike will last longer because of this thing. Great.
You're really developing this bike, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So, if someone says to you like, oh, you can't tour on an electric motorcycle, like what do you tell them?
You can. It's a lot of work. It's very enjoyable. It's enjoyable in a different way than a gas bike. Like I said, low vibration, no fatigue, no clutching, no shifting. It's quiet. Like if you slow down enough and you ride through a forest, you're going to hear the birds chirp. That's how crazy quiet it is. And it's I don't know. There's something really compelling about it, which makes me put up with. And it's going to get easier. But finding those charge station legs, like plotting your trip out and figuring out your timeline. Like, can I make it to that city by tonight? what if something goes wrong? You know, having plans, like being able to recover if like the bike doesn't turn on and it's flashing some weird signal. Like you still gotta, you know, kind of deal with some situations. So I don't want people to get the wrong idea, but there is something really cool about it. People are really starting. There's like new owners now who just like jump to the front of the line. They'll just like say, "Oh, I heard I can buy all these chargers. I can buy a Zero, put the chargers on it, and I start traveling," and they'll do it, and it works.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's really great story. Thanks for sharing all this info with the community.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a great thing. And
Thanks. I love it. It's hard work, but it is hard work.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Brian.
Sure.